Welcome to part 4 of the Invested series. In the last episode, we explored Danielle Town's emotional journey into investing, how mindfulness helped her overcome fear, embrace discomfort, and show up for her financial future. But today, we're digging into strategy. This is the heart of rule number 1 investing, the practical system behind how Phil Town and thousands of his students evaluate businesses before putting a single dollar in. It's called the 4Ms framework. And once you learn it, you'll never look at businesses the same way again. So what are the 4Ms? Phil Town's rule number 1 investing philosophy is based on long-term value investing, inspired by Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. But he breaks it down in a way that's simple enough for anyone to use. The 4Ms stand for meaning, moat, management, margin of safety. Let's unpack each one. White heavy checkmark 1. Meaning, do you understand the business? The first M, and arguably the most important, is meaning. Warren Buffett famously said, "Never invest in a business you don't understand." Meaning is about connection. It's about investing in companies that make sense to you, that you believe in, understand, and ideally even use. If you don't understand what the company does, who it serves, how it makes money, or how it's positioned in the market, you're investing blindly. Phil and Danielle emphasize this on their podcast again and again. Only invest in businesses you'd be proud to own for the next 10 years. Ask yourself, do I use this product or service? Do I understand how it works? Do I care about the problem it solves? When you choose companies with personal meaning, you're more engaged, more informed, and less likely to panic during market swings. This is values-driven investing at its core. Shield 2. Moat, what protects this business? Next up is moat. This comes from Buffett's analogy of a castle surrounded by a protective moat. The moat is what protects a company from its competitors. It's what gives it an edge. Could be a powerful brand like Apple, high switching costs like Adobe, proprietary technology like Tesla, strong network effects like Facebook or Uber, regulatory protection like utilities. Phil teaches investors to look for durable competitive advantages. You want companies that aren't easily disrupted, businesses that can withstand the test of time and competition. A wide moat means a company can grow, adapt, and defend its market share even in uncertain times. What would it take to beat this company? Is their advantage obvious, durable, and unique? Do they have pricing power, customer loyalty, or some unfair edge? If a company doesn't have a clear moat, walk away. Bust in silhouette 3. Management, who's running the show? Now let's talk about the third M, management. Phil Town believes that great businesses can be ruined by bad leadership, and that integrity matters just as much as competence. You want to invest in businesses led by people who are honest, transparent, owner-minded, long-term thinkers, proven performers. Buffett always says he looks for leaders who are able, honest, and hungry. Look at CEO letters, listen to earnings calls, read interviews, and most importantly, check if leadership has skin in the game. Do they own a significant amount of stock? Are they buying or selling shares? If they don't believe in the business enough to invest in it themselves, why should you? Management is the human heart of a company. And in rule number 1 investing, we invest in people, not just numbers. Chart decreasing 4. Margin of safety. Can I buy this on sale? Finally, we come to the fourth M, margin of safety. This is where the math comes in, but don't worry, it's more logical than complicated. The margin of safety is your buffer against mistakes. Even great companies can be bad investments if you overpay. Phil teaches investors to calculate a company's intrinsic value, what the business is really worth, and then only buy it if the stock is selling at a big discount. Usually that discount is 50% or more below intrinsic value. Why? Because the future is uncertain. Because we're human. And because it's better to be safe than sorry. Margin of safety is your built-in protection. Here's the rule number 1 logic. If a company is worth $100 per share and I can buy it for $50, I'm getting a great business at a bargain price. That's how fortunes are made. It's not about buying what's hot. It's about buying wonderful companies at wonderful prices and holding them until the market catches up. So let's recap. Meaning, you understand the business and believe in it. Moat, the company has real competitive advantages. Management, the leaders are trustworthy, capable, and aligned. Margin of safety, you're buying it on sale with room for error. This is how Phil Town teaches everyday people, not Wall Street pros, to invest with confidence. It's systematic, it's rational, and it works over the long term. And here's the best part. Once you start applying the 4Ms, you'll notice something incredible. You'll stop reacting to headlines. You'll stop chasing hype. You'll start thinking like a business owner, not a gambler. You'll begin to see companies not as ticker symbols, but as real-world engines of value. That's what rule number 1 investing is all about. So whether you're analyzing your first company or reevaluating your current portfolio, remember, stick to businesses with strong 4Ms. Don't rush. Do your homework. And never forget rule number 1. Don't lose money,